Hey there, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So today is Thursday, which means it's BookList Thursday. BookList Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of thoughts, books, recommendations. I messed that all up. Something bookish related. So today we're going to talk about authors that we want to read to zero. So these are authors that we have fallen in love with, that we want to read anything and everything in their backlist. So I have a decent variety of some that I don't have a lot of books to read to catch up on, and some that I have quite a few. So we will get started with my notes because I'll forget. First one I want to talk about is Alice Feeney. So I've read a fair amount of her books. I just haven't read a lot of her older stuff. So I've read Daisy Darker, Rock, Paper, Scissors. I feel like there was one more. I'm currently in the middle of His and Hers. I'm listening to this one. I'm probably like a third of the way into it. Really interesting. Alice Feeney writes some psychological, suspenseful type books. This one follows a murder, and we have two perspectives, his and hers. And I have a feeling they're all going to be connected in some way, shape, or form. I really enjoy her writing. I love how she kind of builds up the suspense in her books, and then the craziness comes out. So I have to finish his and hers, and then I Know Who You Are, which I feel like is one of her earlier ones. And then Sometimes I Lie. I think I also read that one. So Alice Feeney, I don't have much to catch up on. She should be pretty easy to catch up on. Next one, I have Riley Sager. I am about 3 books behind for him. I've read Final Girls was my first book that I read by him. Fell in love with him as an author. Again, love his writing style. I love the ideas he comes up with is just so crazy. I have to read Survive the Night, The House Across the Lake, and then his newest one, which is coming in my Book of the Month box this month. So not too many to catch up on. So far, my favorite by him is probably Lock Every Door, because that one's a wild ride. Yeah. And I know that these are authors. I don't want to like spoil anything by these and be like, I don't know. These are great ones to go in blind. I know, and his books tend to get a little twisty, which is fantastic. Speaking of twisty books, Jennifer McMahon. She's my girl. She is my ghosty, creepy girl. So the other ones are more suspenseful and psychological thrillers. She's my ghosty girl. So books I have read by her, if I can find a list of her books. I've done Burntown, The Night Sister, The Winter People, Island of Lost Girls, and Promise Not to Tell. Oh, and The Invited. So I've read quite a few of her books. I still need to read Dismantled, Don't Breathe a Word, and then The Drowning Kind. So I don't have much of her backlist to do. I definitely have had books that I've liked more than others. Burntown is probably my least favorite. And The Invited was fantastic. But she has a way of writing ghosty characters that is just phenomenal. And even like paranormal characters in some instances. So love Jennifer McMahon. All right, to get into the little more seriousness, as you probably know, Jody Powell is one of my favorite authors. I have loved reading anything and everything she has written. I have also gone to, I want to say 6 or 7 author events by her. She likes to come to Wisconsin, so I make sure I go and see her. But there's still a fair amount of backlist books that I still need to read by her. This is one of them. This is The 10th Circle. I've read most of her newest ones. But we definitely, if I'm looking at the back, I need Harvesting the Heart. I need to read Salem Falls. I need to read and Perfect Match. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's getting closer. This is The 10th Circle. I'm not even sure what this is about, but Jody tends to pick very polarizing social issues and puts her spin on it and does such a fantastic job of presenting both sides of what may or may not be happening and really making you think. It's fantastic. Not sure what 10th Circle talks about though. It says, it's a delicate moment when a child learns that their parents don't know all of the answers. And when being a good parent means letting go of your child. It asks whether you can reinvent yourself in the course of a lifetime or if your mistakes are carried forever. If life is, as in any good comic book, a struggle to control good and evil, or what good and evil if good and evil control you. I don't know. Oh, this one's got, I thought I just saw like yeah, it's got comics in it. Interesting. Anyways, don't know much about, but this is definitely, there's a small backlist I need to catch up of Jody's books. And then my other one, I have a bunch of Diane Chamberlain books that I need to catch up on. Again, I've read most of her newer ones. Definitely loves Necessary Lives, love The Dream Daughter, love The Secret Life of C.C. Wilkes. She has such an awesome backlist. I love that they all take place in around like the Carolinas. And there's quite, Summer's Child I just read. Breaking the Silence is fantastic. But there's quite a backlist of books I need to read. And these are great ones that I've been picking up at thrift stores and library sales. So I have Keeper of the Light and Before the Storm. And I know there's more on my shelves that I still need to catch up. She's probably got the biggest backlist of books that I need to read in order to read her to zero. But she keeps coming out with brand new books, so I get a little torn with her. But this is probably my biggest backlist I have to catch up on. And then just for a bonus, because I just read Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby, so now I want to read everything by him. So I have Blacktop Wasteland. I have his new book that just came out. I think I have it on audio. I'm definitely intrigued. I love the way that S.A. Cosby writes. I love how raw it is and how you cannot help but fall in love with the characters and cheer them on. And so that's how I felt about Razorblade Tears, and I'm curious to see what the rest of the backlist has. So I wouldn't mind reading all of his books to zero as well. So those are 6 authors that I want to read to zero. If there's anything in here that you think I should pick up before any other ones, have any of you read The 10th Circle? Now I'm like super intrigued as to what this has to do. And I must have bought this at the library with the green sticker. So I found it at the library for $1. That's always a bonus. But 10th Circle I really need to get to. I don't know. Oh, it must take place in Alaska. That's even better. All right. I'm going to have to move that up on the list. Otherwise, if there's any books on here that you think I should pick up before the others, comment below. Otherwise, head over to Sarah's channel and see what she has for authors she wants to read to zero. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you next time. Bye.